It's been a really good afternoon for the Bucks. They've defeated York City 2-1 in the National League North this afternoon, and I manager Gavin Cowan with me. Gavin, I imagine you're exceptionally pleased after that performance and that result.
Absolutely, yeah. I think first and foremost, I wanted the lads to go out and put in a performance, and it was nice to see that they got their just desserts today. Real big reward.
Sure. You made some changes to the team, 5 changes from last week. I mean, is that a reaction to what happened at Curzon? You kind of you suggested places are up for grabs. And
yeah, listen, what you can't do at any level, or certainly at this level, you can't not work hard, show desire, and do a job and a half. And we just didn't do that. And one thing I said to them, I'm not shouting the ball, I believe it or not. I'm more constructive than that. I like to talk through the game and be a bit more strategic than going in and shouting my mouth off. But last week was very different. And what I said to them at the start of the season was, if they put in hard work, showed desire, and did a job and a half, there's never any need to shout. But when they perform like they did first half last week, that is unacceptable for this football club. For the staff, for themselves, for the people in the club, for the supporters. That should be your minimum requirement, and I'm really passionate about that. Anything over and above that, I think we have to see as a bit of a bonus, and we got it today. And it's not rocket science. If you run, if you press, if you stick to the plan, if you trust the process, it works. And we've shown that over and over again. Just the lads need to embed it in their brains. I think that was the difference from last week.
Sure. Were you disappointed to go in a goal then at half time?
Absolutely. I think we could just completely dominate. We didn't win the whole game, and I thought York, they looked pretty comfortable because we weren't really getting shots off, and that was the message at half time. Really proud of the performance. Couldn't have asked any more. I thought Jonathan Royal was absolutely magnificent today. I had to bring him off because obviously strategically we had to go and chase after it and get the win and reward our performance. But I thought he was absolutely magnificent. I think that's one of the best games I've seen him play. So courageous, so willing to get on the ball, pressing the opposition, and he really set the tone, as quite a few of them did, to be fair. So yeah, disappointed, but the message at half time was like, look, I can't ask any more of you. Just tidy up in possession, get the detail right on a few things, and we went and did that, and we just completely dominated the second half, didn't we? The amount of chances that we had, it could have been a fair few.
Sure. You had to make a change early on in the game, unfortunately injury to Zach Lilly. It was a like-for-like replacement with Ross White coming on, but that didn't disrupt things too much?
No, I don't think it did at all. I mean, look at Ross, he must have been disappointed not to be in it, but again, a few people, got the axe from last week, and he was one of them, but he got the opportunity really early, and again, I thought he was magnificent. I thought to come in on the left side there, he was strong, dominant, reliable, efficient, and that's what I ask of the players, certainly the defenders.
The winning goal, obviously, you've spoken about Steph Morley and his left foot, and I suppose that he showed that quality there with that goal, didn't he?
Well, we say he's got the third best left foot in the club, so it's me, Phil, and then him. So, yeah, it's not bad. It's a ridiculous delivery he's got. I think his left foot's better than mine and Phil's put together. He just wraps that ball in like you've never seen. And I've always said it's about the delivery for a player that wanted to win it. Like to win most in both boxes, as I did. It was all about delivery for me. And I was fortunate enough to play with some people with great delivery, but Steph's is just on another level.
Sure. Okay. And as a result, that sets you in great stead for another home game on Tuesday against Telford.
Well, you'd like to think so. We've been here before. We had a great performance against Chorley, and then we were a bag off against Curzon. That just can't happen. Any teams that are going to be consistent, be successful in this league, are going to be consistent. So we can't have that. We can't have up there, down there, up there, down there. We need some consistency. And however that looks, if that's a team that wins, draws and loses, that's fine. But like I say, hard work, desire and doing a job and a half are on the menu with minimum requirement, and the rest of it is we see as a bonus. But at the end of the day, I think we brought that today, and that's the message in future. Bring that as a minimum requirement, and everything else is a bonus.
Sure. Okay. Just a last word for the fans at the end of the game, and obviously maintained your unbeaten home record with that result today, and fans played a big part in the second half, didn't they?
I just think it's a different place this year. I think I was very vocal, wasn't I, when I was appointed, and in the off-season and then pre-season, about how I didn't want this club to be the whole same old Telford, typical Telford, negative attitude. I think I've had one comment from over the dugout, and I've put that guy in his place pretty sharpish, because we're not a club, we're not a set of supporters anymore, we're not a group, as I like to call it, that get down just because we've not got the few results. We're realistic as well. You know, I know where we were in the table last week because my wife told me when I told her not to. And I just think that's unbelievable for this club with the finances or the lack of finances that we've got. You know, we've got no right to be there. We're aiming to get in the top half, and if we do, that's an achievement. Now, where we end up in that top half, I'm not sure. Myself and the players and the staff, we've got a fair idea of where we want to be, and we're going to work hard for that. But ultimately, we've got to be realistic. But you know, we talk about the supporters. This is a different place than it was last year or the year before. You know, we've got people who are being supportive, and I know results bring that, but let's remember, you know, we've had last week's result. You know, when we went 1-0 down, I had not one murmur, not one thing mentioned over the dugout to me, not one negative thing did I hear. And listen, they might have done, but I didn't hear them. And I think that gives the players the belief and the desire to go on, carry on with the performance. And it's when they start hearing these negative things, that's when they start becoming negative themselves. So the supporters are massive for us. They've been absolutely magnificent all season, and not just when things are going well. I know we're unbeaten here, but they do see, you know, there's a lot of them that travel away with us now, and they stick with it, and they continue to be positive, and they continue to, you know, be appreciative of the lads' efforts and their performance. So, you know, I'm fully in debt to them, and the staff feel like the same the players do. And you know, that's why I want to be successful, because I want the supporters to really be proud of this football club again.
Okay, that's wonderful, Gav. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thank you. What I'll do.